lower expectations, be ready to grow, be ready to lose friends and make friends. Distance from your friends back at home sometimes plays.
That's what you mean by be ready to lose friends.
Distance grows between you and people, and sometimes you can't help it. And sometimes you just drift apart. And sometimes, and this is not in a conceited way, I feel sometimes you just get to a point you're in different stages in life. I feel sometimes you can no longer relate. I don't know if that makes sense. I just feel like it gets to a point where things you used to talk about, you no longer have interest in, or you've changed your things just change. But it's not all friendships. There are friendships, like I still have friends right now who we won't
like,
talk for like 2 months, but when we talk it's just like
pick up from where you left off.
It's so good. So it's not always.
Wow.
Like have a way to distress, and probably when you come, like after some time, try and establish a support system. It's very important. Having a support system. Because here, one thing, it's very easy to get depressed. It's like depression was not a thing back at home. I feel because you're surrounded with family, friends. But here, being far from home, being disconnected before you form those bonds, having to struggle on your own. Depression is real.
It's real.
And then trying to adapt to the education system as well, it's very demanding. You know, because when I came here, like the first semester, I was just struggling. I was struggling in everything. Not in terms of content, because the content is good. Like you read the content, you understand. But in terms of writing standards, in terms of writing format, because honestly, we never learned any of that at home. Like it was just non-existent, like referencing,
that's a nightmare.
or scientific writing, or how to research, or the kind of databases to use. Like honestly, in the most advanced kind of thing I used was Google Scholar, and when I was in undergrad, and even that I'm gonna be like, whoa, but referencing is just non-existent. And you still pass your papers, and it gives you this false sense of
until you
I got here.
Oh man,
and it's still a work in progress.
And I can imagine
honest.
for you, because for me, I started my degree here. Like after being home for donkey's years, being a full-time mom, and the struggle with the things you're talking about. Now I can imagine when you are doing it at a standard of a postgrad, like how that would be.
I remember the first report I ever wrote, and the results I got. I was just like, yo.
What is that?
It's like the amount of corrections. You're just like, you get tired. You're just like, no, I can't do this. It's just comments everywhere, and you're like, so like adapting to this new standard. And back in my country, they didn't really check plagiarism as much. So it was easy to like even if it's just paraphrasing, but Wikipedia. But here it's so like it's hectic. So it's stressful.
Wow.
The first semester was
I can imagine so many changes,
yes, the
with
change,
everything
and sometimes it makes you feel, this is a thing, honestly, and I'm not growing up, I never struggled educationally.
You were a smart person.
Well,
top of the class. Well,
not always,
but
like in terms of getting something, I never struggled as much. Or if I was struggling, I was like, you know what? I'm not struggling anymore. The basic minimum that I get, that
wasn't good enough.
Because like high school, I really struggled with physics, and I was like, I can't do this. I dropped it. Like I was like, so long as I pass, like what I get, I will get, and I will pass. If I don't get it, the bare minimum is okay. Like I never put myself in this situation of I have to struggle. But thankfully, I somehow always passed. But when I got here, this was the first time
you had to
I legitimately legitimately had to struggle.
Wow.
And it was a new experience for me. It was so new. I was like, wow.
I thought you had always worked really hard because you're such a...
It can get this hard. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but this was the first time I actually had to exert effort in school that much. Honestly, high school, I never used to go for morning preps or evening preps, or if I go, I am reading novels. I'm like, it's not that serious.
Yeah, you didn't have to try.
It's not that serious. Here I had to struggle. It is a struggle.
Sure. Look at you, final year now.
So that's the other thing. Like, so if you don't have a strong support system to help you through this transition, you will break down. There's a number of times I got home in the evening, especially last year when I was doing my project, especially my literature review, the very big paper.
Yeah.
I used to sleep in the library, man. Because that thing is heavy.
Goodness.
There's a time, like there's a time I will get off work because I now reverted to like night shifts. So I finish my night shift. At work we have showering facilities. I shower
straight after.
Go straight to school. Sleep in my car for like 3 hours. I know it's not healthy, but you're like, I need to get this done.
You need that time.
Oh
my goodness. Yeah.
No. Like there's times I used to get home, I'm like, is it a must? Like,
do I have to go through this?
Do I have to study? Like, is it a must? Was it by force? You know? I'm like, I am ready to go back home. But then you sit down and you ask yourself, okay, what are you going back home to?
Exactly.
To sit at home and look at
down the drain as well.
Exactly. Like, what are you going back home to? Like, it's very hard to get jobs. I have friends who graduated with, didn't get jobs, ended up changing professions. And you're like, what am I going back home to, really? Sit at home and look at my mom in the house and...
Yeah.
And at my age, there's no way there's no I'm moving back. And especially after tasting that kind of freedom and independence. There's no I'm going back into my mom's house. You know? So, you just, you're like, I'm ready to give up, but you're like, what's the alternative of giving up?
Yeah.
What do you have when you give up?
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what? I'll sleep and try again.
You have to sober up.
You're like, let me sleep. And then everything is better with sleep. I will sleep and try again tomorrow. Tomorrow you wake up and struggle, and in the evening you come back to the same bed and ask yourself, do I have to?
Yeah.
And they're like, yes, you have to. You have no option.
Wow,
so
man.
It's a struggle.
Good job on you, for keeping like that. You kept going, and now you're in your final year. You've been really inspirational. Like I've seen you when you tell me the things you're doing, and I'm thinking the things I'm struggling with, like they're nothing.
It's crazy. But again, I guess learn apart from your support system. Learn to talk to someone. In Murdoch, we have a school counselor. And there was a time I was just going through a lot. I lost a friend when I was here. I lost an uncle when I was here. And sometimes, for me, closure comes from seeing the body. And you're like, when they're buried, you're like, okay,
then
it's really done. But without that, you just, you never really put it to rest. And that's the time I was also struggling with this literature review that was giving me a hard time. My mental health was
a lot.
I was close to going back home. But I went to talk to a counselor. And that's the thing. At home, I'm not so sure how it is in South Africa and Lesotho, but at home, they're trying to make it a thing now, but mental health is not a thing.
No, it's not.
It's not. It's not something you talk about. It's an
African thing. It's like, we don't know. You don't get depressed. You get on with it. It's like, what?
You don't talk about it.
That's a white man's disease.
Exactly. And when, we consider mental health,
it's like you're crazy.
Exactly. A mad person on the street, that's a mental health.
Yes.
Someone who's out of their senses, that is mental health. But stress, depression, it's not a thing. Don't talk about it.
Exactly.
Man up, sleep, do something. But you cannot. You went to what? To see a psychiatrist? To see a psychologist? To see a counselor? What do you mean? No. It's actually cause for stigma, to be honest.
It is.
Yes. It's not a thing. So the first time I went to see the school counselor, I just
good on you for going.
Went and sat in his office, and then so he's asking questions, and then I'm just looking at those, and I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah. No.
Is he gonna help me? Like, I'm used to helping myself.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm stronger than this. Like, you thinking?
And sometimes some of the questions he asks, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what's wrong with you? What kind? But it's questions that make you reflect and think and actually analyze what you're feeling.
Wow.
But at the time, you're very defensive. You're like, what kind of question is that? You know, like. But in retrospect, it actually helps.
It helped. Wow.
So talk to someone, because you know it's like a judgment-free zone. It's not like when you will talk to someone and you tell them the problems, and then you know they're gonna be like, that is disturbing you. Like, is that
that's what we think.
Like, it can be worse. This thing of comparing problems.
We do. We'll be like, people are going through a lot. People are dying.
People are going through worse. People are going through. You see, so like I feel we have this culture of invalidating each other's feelings to make you think like it's a small thing. Man it up and get up and walk. You know. But just being in that safe space where he doesn't judge. You know, he just talks to you and he's like, so how do you feel about that? How did that make you feel? You know, and how are you coping with that? You know, like it was a new it was a new thing. Like I left feeling well, but I also left feeling guilty. Like, did I just do that? Because it's not a thing. I just felt like I'd broken some kind of moral code. I'd broken some kind of unsaid, you know. But like it's not so wrong to seek professional help. And most of the schools, when you're here in uni, they have
they have a
and there are free sessions. There's a number of sessions you have in a year or in a semester, I don't know, but you know, so make use of that.
So that help. Okay.
It really helps.
Wow.
Oh, and another thing, talking to your lecturers and supervisors. In my country,
there's
that respect. There's this kind of respect that comes straight, like that has been instilled in you from when you're in primary school. Your teacher is this.
No, you don't talk.
Kind of person. You talk to them respectfully. And if there's nothing you have to say, there's no way you're gonna be that bantering. If there's nothing for you to say, go your way. You know, like respect. Like you approach them with
your place.
There's some kind of sovereign thing. When I got here, and I saw first of all you address your lecturers with their first name.
The first name, yes.
Like there's an instance, honestly.
I can imagine the culture shock.
There's an instance in my uni. One of our lecturers was doctor. He'd done his PhD.
Okay.
And I think someone accidentally called him Mr. The guy was so upset in Kenya. He was so upset. He was livid.
Whoa!
How dare you? I'm a doctor. I have a PhD. It was such a thing. It was such a thing. So getting here and you address your lecturers on a first name basis. And you actually like in class you can talk without raising your hand. You know? And you can actually like just approach. They're very approachable.
Yes. And they always say, look, my office is open. They tell you the times. Please don't hesitate to come talk to me. Anything.
The whole of the first semester, I feel I hardly ever approached any of my lecturers because there was still that there was still that barrier. Or I used to, in the emails I used to address them as Mr. Dear sir.
You
know, it was such a foreign concept. And like how lectures, when they're doing lunch, you can bring your food to class and eat. Oh my god.
I still don't do that.
That was
someone. There's a girl who's always eating.
That was grounds for being sent out of class.
Back
home. You cannot do that's very disrespectful.
Disrespectful,
You're distracting others. How can you eat and the lecturer is speaking at the So it was new. It was new. And the lecturers actually taking the time to explain concepts. Like after class you will go and ask them A, B, C, D. And personally, when I'm kind of particular in how I do things, so I end up asking so many questions. I feel sometimes guys are like, what's wrong with you? But I need to know precisely what I'm supposed to do.
That's good.
You know? So them actually taking the time to explain it and you like book an appointment and they're there. Oh, African time. That's the other thing.
Okay.
The first semester I really struggled. You know how Africans, a class starts at 1, it starts at 1:30.
Okay.
Here class starts at 1. If you get to class 1:05, you've already missed like a few slides. So,
So time matters.
Yes, time matters as well. But generally here it's friendly. I feel, I don't know, sometimes our lecturers back at home were, I don't know, savage. Because they'll teach something or not come to class for like a whole semester and set an exam and set it like out of the scope of what they taught. And when you fail, you feel so foolish.
Yeah, I think at home, I don't know, the
African, don't know why.
The people who are in charge like making you feel like, you know what I mean? They're in charge and make you feel stupid. Like if you were to come after a lecture and come ask your lecturer things that they've just spoken about, you know, to be like, were you not listening? I've just said these things.
Ask your friends, look at your notes. They give you so much. Like we had a lecturer who you would see like twice the whole semester. Wow, and one week to exams, he's going to come and drop a booklet that's like 150 pages, back to back. And then there's someone there's a time he did that and brought only 10 marks from that whole 150 pages. And you're like, wow. What? Like, our lecturers are on another level. Yeah. So, but here it's a lot to read, but once you understand it, that's what, like...
Yeah, it's not a puzzle. Yeah, they're not trying to make you fail.
Exactly.
They want to help you pass.
And they give you what's relevant. Because forensic science is quite new in my country. And so, our degree, I think, maybe it's still in the refining process, but we did a lot of everything. Wow. Like, it was just physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics. Yeah. Like, we did a lot of things that...
everything. So where to from here? When you finish, what are you hoping to do?
First of all, I'm gonna look for a job. I'm hoping to get a job, even if it's like an internship or something here.
Okay.
Because I want to get the field or experience.
Get experience.
You know, like how to use the various equipments that you know in the forensic field or. I just need the experience. Okay. Because I'm hoping that at one point in time, I'm going to help with the forensic situation in my country. Because we hardly have... I mean, we have police who've been trained in investigation, but not really forensics. Yeah. Okay. You know, it's a whole different thing. And sometimes it's a mess when you look at how they handle crime scene. Okay. You know, the cross-contamination. Like, it's just a mess. Yeah. Yeah. And in forensic, like, evidence is everything. You know? So once you contaminate it, that's it. Like, you have no case. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So I'm really hoping to be able to like get the experience and probably help to make a change in my country. At this point, I'm also thinking PhD. Not sure yet. Okay. But we'll see. We'll see. It's still in the preliminary stages of thought.
Okay. Dr. Omar, let me hit that.
But above all else, I think the more immediate way to answer that question, where to from here, is take it a day at a time.
Yeah. Okay. Day at a time.
Sometimes here you plan and when things don't go, you just get frustrated.
Okay.
You know, you plan ahead and a lot of things happen in between and it's frustrating. So living it a day at a time as it comes. It's good to have future plans, but have a way of working towards those future plans every day, not make it look like a distant thing and say, okay, I'll work on it when I get there. Like baby steps every day, leave it at a time, but every day make progress towards
that. Okay.
That thing. Yeah. So by the time you get there, it's been when you get there, like, oh, I'm ready. Yeah. Not procrastinate and then when you get there,
it's like
rushing all over the place.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Rita,
thank you for having me.
spending this time with us. Wow, no, that was a good chat. Thank you so much for making time, to come here and talk to me and
your people,
my viewers.
I'm gonna be a YouTube star. Hey, fam, do you see me? Very soon, I'm gonna be share, subscribe.
She needs her own YouTube channel, doesn't she? She's quite crazy. Don't see her like this. I always see her stories and stuff with her friends,
Yeah. So, someday.
So thank you very much. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you've been inspired, by what you've heard and taken a few tips and learned a few things. And if you are not overseas and you're at a point where you'd like to venture and go out, and hopefully those pointers have helped you to be a bit more confident about those sorts of decisions. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye. Love you, but remember that God loves you even more, and that is true. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.